Now this is something I've wanted to have a look at for a little while. This is the Logitech wireless gaming mouse G700. Now I actually had a G7 for a number of years. Quite enjoyed that mouse. I mean, you know what? Let's face it, it was really good for the time, but once I upgraded to a more faster, better wired mouse, I did notice the lag that I had been living with all that time. Now I don't know if the G700, well I don't know yet if the G700 fixes that, but we can definitely have a look at what is in the box and what features make this particular mouse interesting. So why don't we look at the tracking first. So the resolution is 200 to 5700 dpi. The image processing is 12 megapixels per second with max acceleration of 30 Gs. And then max speed of up to 165 inches per second. Look at that. All right, responsiveness up to 1000 reports per second, which is good. It's about the fastest it goes. Dynamic coefficient of friction. Look at that. Has that on it, and a static coefficient of friction. Okay. The durability, 8 million clicks, and the feet can go 250 kilometers. Tested on most popular gaming mousepad surfaces. Cool, cool. Okay, 13 precisely placed, fully programmable controls. Epic? Really? Okay. Let the record show it actually has the word epic on the package, so this thing better be epically comfortable. Gaming grade wireless, powerful control that gets you deep into your game. There's the little wireless receiver, which is a big improvement over the clunky base station with battery charger that the G7 had. 13 programmable controls with macro capability, natural supportive shape, full speed wireless, plug and forget nano receiver. Whoops, I'm not even focused on the right language here. Rechargeable data over cable. Okay, gaming grade laser, dual mode scroll wheel, smooth gliding feet, onboard. Oh, dual mode scroll wheel is actually a cool feature, and it has an LED display. Look at that. All right, so let's have a look at the packaging itself. Logitech products can sometimes be a bit of a challenge to unbox, so hopefully this is not the case today, as I'm not really up for an unboxing challenge. I'd rather just keep things simple and have a look at the product right now. Okay, that's not too challenging so far. Oh, hold on, it's about to get challenging. And it all sort of like falls apart now. Awesome. Okay, so the first thing we find here is a, oh, it's okay, it's a USB, sorry, my angle's a little off here. It's a USB extension cable for the micro receiver. Okay. Neato. So I think they're recommending that you only really use it for the micro receiver right there. Next we have important information, as well as getting started guide. Next we have, oh look at that, okay, so it looks like you can turn it into a corded mouse. That's what this looks like to me. That's a USB cable, and then that's the receiver. You know what, we're going to have a look at the mouse to figure out exactly how all of that works. Okay, I'm suspicious that it's complicated at this point though. Here's the micro receiver, so it's quite small. My hand for scale. G series, Logitech. Looks like that. There's your part number. And here is the epically comfortable, so they say, ooh, that is actually quite nice. Quite nice indeed. The epically comfortable G700. So it looks like there's, are those Eneloops? Is that an Eneloop battery? Nice! Well played, Logitech. Eneloops are my personal favorite. In fact, I will do a short demonstration of how Eneloops are indeed my favorite batteries. Here's a cat. Unrelated to Eneloops. Okay, so there's my Eneloop charger on the wall. Okay, and here are extra Eneloops. In fact, in my camera, I have more Eneloops. Okay, there's other random stuff in here. Hey, look, there's my G7 batteries. Okay, that wasn't a very good demo, but I actually have a lot of Eneloops. I think most of them are at work right now, because that's where I use most of them, whenever I'm swapping batteries for my camera. Okay, so we're back. Let's have a look at the G700 mouse and not get distracted. Anyway, Eneloop batteries. Well played, Logitech. I approve. I love Anteloops. They're great. They last a long time, and they come charged, which means your G700 mouse can likely, and I mean like pretty darn likely, be used out of the box. Maybe not, because it was flipped to the on switch, so it's possible it's been draining in the packaging. Okay, well, at any rate, oh no, it probably hasn't, because it has this little, yeah, it's being blocked here, so it's not making contact. Okay, so yes, it is charged and ready for use. Cool, wireless products that are charged and ready for use, love it. Okay, let's have a look at the macro buttons. So first, let's show that epic comfort. So you can see the palm sits right here. You curve your fingers over the mouse, there they are on the buttons, and your thumb goes right there. Actually, it's more like, about like this, but it really does mold right to your hand. That's really nice. So there's 4 programmable macro G buttons on the side here. 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? There's 3 next to your index finger here. 1, 2, 3. Very conveniently reachable, very ergonomic. You can see they're actually curved in shape, so that when your finger sits here, you can push forward for this one, push back for this one, or push a little bit further back for this guy, so they can all be reached quite easily. 2 more here. Oh, hold on. Aha, that one is for the scroll wheel. So that's the dual mode scroll wheel with either the clickiness or the flywheel. Okay, here is another G button. So that's not a G button, like a G. Okay, you've got your left and right click, you've got your clicky on your scroll wheel, and then that pretty much does it for buttons. Here's the slippy pads on the bottom, on off switch, gaming laser. The other side is fairly bare, not a whole lot going on there. Here is where that charging wire plugs into. Okay, so you can use it while you're charging it, or you can just leave it charging and then pull it off when you're ready to use it. And then the micro receiver plugs into that other cable and just stays plugged in, or it plugs directly into your computer, whichever you prefer. For less interference, you're probably going to want to plug it into that cable and position it somewhere with, you know, line of sight to the G700 or whatever else. This looks like a DPI indicator right here, although I can confirm that. I can't confirm that, but I'm pretty sure that's what that's going to be. So there it is. That is the G700 mouse. Thank you for checking out my unboxing on Linus Tech Tips. Oh, I should talk about the finish on this guy a little bit. So it's got kind of a rubberized, grippy feel, kind of like the G9. Personally, I'm a big fan of that. It's very fingerprint resistant, so your mouse isn't going to look all greasy and nasty. And it's also quite nice to grip onto. So it's very easy to hold it in place, however long you happen to be holding a mouse like this. I also like how, I mean, this seems like a stupid demo, but when you lift up the mouse, it's very, very difficult to drop it. So it has a really, really good shape for the hand there. Okay, don't forget to subscribe to Linus Tech Tips.